Welcome back everyone to Let's Play Cold Waters, episode number 13 in our series, as the USS Seawolf, taking on the People's Republic of China, at least their navy. Our mission currently is to prevent a wolf pack of submarines from harassing traffic around 200 miles west of Manila Bay. Of Manila, I should say. I just saw Subic Bay there. Which is, by the way, where we are. And we are taking on submarines, just like that. It looks like we are slowly winning the Greater War. And I think, man, in my opinion, 13 episodes is enough. But here we go. We're hopefully close. South China Sea is liberated through a heroic effort by the USMC working with loyalist forces. The Chinese forces have been completely routed in what can only be a massive setback to Chinese ambitions in the region. In this week's edition of International Defense Journal, Rear Admiral Turkey, UNSN retired, writes on why neither side can claim to be winning. Despite this news bulletin above us, naval forces in the region strive for control in what appears as a constant back and forth swinging battle between surface, airborne, and submerged units. Look, I don't know what a war like this would look like. I think that what we're seeing is, I think that might be what we want. I mean, submarines do seem like they would be pretty important in this situation because surface contacts are just so easily detected and therefore dealt with. But I have no idea. I mean, we see how vulnerable surface things are in the Black Sea in the present real-world war between Russia and Ukraine. So yeah, I mean, based on that, you would think that these are very vulnerable, and submarines may be very effective in that situation. All right, let's see what we got here.
On sonar.
Rig ship for ultra quiet. Make depth 300 feet. Dive by.
Con sonar. New contact bearing 271. Designated Sierra 3.
How did I miss you?
Con sonar. New contact bearing 09.
So I wasn't looking there.
Designated Sierra 4. Con sonar. Sierra 2 is classified as biologic. Con sonar. Sierra 3 is classified as submerged submarine.
Go back up. Go back up. We lost him as soon as we dropped a little layer. I'd like him back.
Con sonar. Sierra 5 is classified as merchant.
Okay, that should be enough momentum to take us back up. We'll get Sierra 4 back. Obviously, it's...
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 4, bearing 089.
It was a song, if I... Yeah. Isn't there 2 songs? Let's mark it as is, but...
Sierra 4 is classified as submerged
No,
submarine.
there's just the one song. Because the SS... There's 2 kilos, okay. Songs are very quiet. Maybe the quietest Chinese submarine? I believe so.
Come left to 180.
So we got 2 to deal with here. We think this one's closer. We'll try to identify it first. I might as well head towards the blue whales to use them as cover. Suckers. But we'll just let our... I'm assuming that we can have more than one person listening. We got sonar... we have passive sensors on both sides of the Seawolf. It's probably a good time to use both of them. Seawolf does have that really cool array. These arrays. I think that these pods are the arrays of sensors, right? Anyway, let's just move this along. We're not really going to have the opportunity to launch against one without the other hearing. Unless we drop below the layer. But we probably should launch at both at the same time. Okay, we got her. Let's focus on the other one now.
Come right to 335.
And she is below the layer. And that makes a big difference. We'll probably want to go below the layer. Or maybe... Maybe we well, minus 20 is still... Unless they're very close. This one has a... Yeah. And she is even on opposite sides. Okay, it's... No, we're on the same side. Huh, maybe this one is really close. Look how big of a noise profile difference that is. It's pretty cool. I think this waterfall, it's so fun to look at. It's such a great signal noise demonstration. I love it. Oh, she's actually dropping below as well. Well, that's going to make things a lot easier. We go above to launch, and then we drop way, way, way down afterwards. Not that it really matters. Again, I don't think that... I mean, with those... The last episode demonstrated the effectiveness of, like, air-launched, rocket-propelled torpedo delivery systems. Those are just really... Those are potent. But I mean, I don't know if... I assume people picked up on this, and I put it in the text of the post-editing, but I did not realize that those were air-launched at first. There was just a torpedo next to me, and I thought... oh my gosh, there's a submarine that's close to me. Well, no, I mean, in hindsight, it should have been obvious. It's just one of those things that I didn't connect in the moment. Which, it's cool that, you know, this is the way it can happen. People just can't... I don't know how many other people it was obvious, but it wasn't obvious to me in that moment. I'm not a totally unreasonable person, so... like, from this small sample size, we can see that it's possible for people not to pick up on the real... what was really happening. Essentially, to identify reality. And I like this concept. I like to think about this concept as, I mean, how we put things into video games, where, especially when we're playing strategy games, we kind of assume that our forces are operating with all the knowledge we have. And, like last episode, I didn't know that I didn't know that, right? And that's how it is. So when you're looking at a game, and especially when you're watching other people play video games too, I do the same thing. You know, you see things that they don't. You also don't see things that they do, and you just don't really... You kind of ignore that aspect of things. It's a lot easier to be like, this is obvious, why aren't you looking at this? I know that because, again, I do the same thing. This song is just not going to oblige us, giving us any kind of information. Let's just check this one real fast. She is just... What is she doing? Is she above? Is she below? I think she's technically above. They're 10,000 yards away. This is giving me a little bit of time to get out of here. I would love to, of course, launch at the other song as well. There's a trawler we kind of have to watch out for. How do I deal with this? I think what I need to do is actually come this way.
Right to 1, 2,
Let me go
5, helm I.
to the left, though, so that we can separate the song from the trawler. Okay, we're getting there now. On the campaign map, we're just zipping along. And how did we end up here? It's goofy. Anyway, who do we launch against first? I don't know. Anybody's guess. So we'll put this one maybe right there. And really, let's get above the layer, and then we'll drop down very quickly. Okay, here we go.
Shoot 2 Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 3. Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 3. Come right to Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 4. Make turns for 1, 0.
Cut the wire.
Maneuvering I. Con.
That's a lot of launching.
Make turns for 1, 5 knots. Maneuvering I.
Passing 300 feet.
And here we go.
Passing 400 feet. Passing 500 feet. Passing 600 feet.
Come right to 329, helm aye.
Passing 700 feet.
Come right to 063, helm aye.
Passing 900 feet.
I think we're going to be able to get deep enough that this won't matter.
Passing 1,000 feet.
These guys are already active, though.
Con sonar lost contact.
Passing 1,100 feet.
We'll come down to 10.
10 knots. Maneuvering aye.
Con, torpedo room, tube 1 ready.
Con maneuvering. Making turns for.
Passing 1,300 feet. Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra. Come right to 115, helm aye.
Alright, let's see what happens now.
Con sonar regained contact on Sierra 2, bearing 148.
So we're pretty deep.
Con
I think that was
sonar,
unexpected.
Noisemaker bearing 214.
Noisemaker, good sign. And we are countermeasure homing, so that means that we have them. This one, no activity here. Oh, there it goes. It's got him. Just saw that thing acquire, which is cool.
Passing 1,400 feet.
I think 1,500 is where
Con
we'll
sonar, noisemaker bearing 061.
probably call that. Ooh, this looks good. That's pretty mobile. That was a quick turn. Will it be enough?
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 2.
Passing 1,500 feet.
No. Wow, that's... yeah. No way. How's this one doing? Oh boy. Not good.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 05.
And just like that, there was only one left. Look at this, crazy. They launched 3 torpedoes just right on top of each other.
Come right to 134, helm aye.
Oh, we can come back up to 1,000 at least.
1,000
Poor blue whales are wondering what the heck is going on. Okay, well, there it is. The coffin service strikes again. Very pleased to see that you dealt with those subs with determination and resolve, Commander. Remember that for every enemy vessel we take out, it means a safer transit for our troops and transport. Good work. Await additional orders on this downlink. Convoys protected. Incidents involving attacks on convoys by hostile submarines in and around the South China Sea have rapidly diminished. An anonymous spokesperson suggests that increased U.S. submarine operations in that area are a contributing factor. However, the Pentagon has refused to comment on current operations. Without the threat of attack from submarines, trans-Pacific crossings have become more efficient and suffering less losses. Yeah, we read that. And we know it. And it's just crazy that, honestly, that there are any Chinese submarines still operating. What would you do if you're China in this situation? You have this one submarine that is just single-handedly eliminating everything. You have to pull back, don't you? I don't know. Intelligence estimates indicate that enemy commandos will land from submarine in the vicinity of Taipei. Ugh. Well, I don't like that. But okay. How are we doing on... Well, we have plenty of torpedoes left, thanks to my very aggressive torpedo loadout. We only have 1 Moss in reserve besides the 2 we have loaded. Let's go to Taipei. I know I could have taken out that submarine. It wouldn't have been that much, but at the same time, it would have been. Alright, you know what? Screw you. We'll come back and get you. I refuse to let you live.
Sonar lost contact.
You are a threat.
092.
Make depth 3.
This is the proper way of behaving, right? You know, you see an enemy threat, you eliminate it. Okay, we're at pretty noisy, medium noisy water. Bearing 99. So, I guess that when we go under the layer, we'll detect them. No, there's not much of a layer here anyway. Oh, we're going way too fast. I didn't hit ultra quiet yet. Well, if they're below layer, we'll detect them. If not, we can always pop back up.
Con sonar, new contact bearing 043. Designated
Well,
Sierra.
it says
1.
Sierra 1. If they were 99 and they're now 43, they are like extremely close. And it looks like they're pretty clear. So this must be the submarine. Maybe not. It does look like a merchant.
Con sonar, Sierra 1 is classified as
Okay.
Make depth 150.
I'll take us up to 200, see what we get there. We'll also turn a little bit.
240.
I guess turn this way.
Right.
So that we can clear our baffles, so to speak, which is, by that I mean clear our nose.
Make depth 150.
I'm not sure how much the tow droop is supposed to be. Now, based on the fact that you only have a towed array if you're, you know, more than 150 feet from the bottom, could it possibly droop 150?
Con sonar, new contact bearing 093.
Well.
Designated Sierra 2.
That helps, of course, that they cavitate. Gives us a real good clue. Oh, okay, we have a Han here.
Sierra 2 is classified as submerged. Come left to 10.
Oh, we're just going to shoot right away because here we go.
Shoot 21.
We're in their blind spot. How we know that? I don't know. But we know it. We'll have this dip under the layer. Yeah, so I can't really dogleg this one.
Contact, Sierra 2, last bearing 092. Contact faded.
Because I just know that they're in this direction. I don't know how far. So it's actually slightly above 90, the direction the torpedo's going. Well, I mean below 90 in terms of that, but above in terms of the physical layout of the screen, the grid. North of... So we'll drop it back down to that. And it's highlighting the Han nicely.
Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 2. Con sonar, launch transient from Sierra 2.
Well, this is going to pick him up, that's for sure.
4 knots.
Con fire control. What? Make depth 1200 feet. Dive by.
We're going to let the torpedo do its thing here. I'm not going to help out.
Maker bearing 09.
Con fire control. Weapon acquired.
There we go. Okay, it's back on it though. How are we doing? We can go down to 1400 maybe.
Make depth 1400 feet. Dive
I
by.
only got one off. Oh, we actually see it. She's doing a good job avoiding.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 094.
Not this time. Not this time, my friend.
Con sonar, lost contact. Sierra 2, last bearing.
Midship, that would be...
093. Contact breaking up.
Yeah. Well, there's no coming back from any of them, I suspect, but that would also be pretty devastating. I'm also pretty confident that these torpedoes are
Dive at 1400.
way overhead of us. I don't even see them. Well, they didn't even make it to us. So that's that. Right. So we want to go to Taipei. Not that I want to, but that's the mission. Alright. 2 submarines. We need a slow-moving one. Did it say, by the way, where this is coming from? Okay, well, look at that. All of them over 100,000 now. Sorry, brief. Give me a review orders. Next week. That's a long time, too. What if we just stay right here? Don't know where they're going to come from, but we should get some indicator when they leave, and then we'll be able to project their movement. I feel safe and happy in this little pocket. Okay. That's not moving super... What? No! Ah! Alright, let me read it. I don't want to, but numerous large explosions erupted in and around Taipei, Taiwan. Initial reports suggested a Chinese air or cruise missile strike, but they were quickly thrown into doubt when several witnesses at the scene confirmed heavy gunfire. Department of Defense spokesman refused to comment on the situation. Security at many Allied military installations have been stepped up in the light of recent events, and particular unnamed sources have suggested the major air and naval bases of Japan and Korea, which form the backbone of the U.S.'s strategy, have been labeled as vulnerable. Well, I hate that we're being set back at all. Okay, they're going to Subic Bay. Let me just verify that one more time. Leaving Qingdao for Subic Bay. Fine, fine, fine. Let's get this one done. Oh, okay. Not great, but...
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Let's just speed through this one. I'm not sure.
600 feet.
Oh, it's an alpha.
Sonar
Good, this makes
Sierra
sense.
1 is classified as come right to 167 helm I.
She's above or below. She can probably hear it, but I say we just go for it. With alphas, you should be a little more careful. I should say this to myself. That 42 knot speed is just insane. We actually have her now. She's at 9. Have this torpedo drop below the layer, because we'll be above it in a moment.
Come left to 133 helm I.
It's a strong layer too. You'd expect that these numbers are not representing that well enough. Are we like still have some residual below the layer or something? 237, we'll come up a little bit more. That should be good. 189, 237, almost 50 feet. I doubt that the center... I mean, this thing is not 100 feet tall. She's going 10 knots.
Come left to 128 helm I.
Yeah, well, we'll just wait for her to make her move, since she's not going to have the sensor
On
suite to
helm,
detect us.
Steady course. Come left to 072 helm I. Come right to 073
Oh, gosh.
helm I. Come
Well,
left
that's
to
a real pickle.
2 helm I.
What are we doing here? Did not expect this.
Come left to 334.
We can always, if we have to, slow down a little bit. We're going to be just basically right above her. Just to be extra safe, let's go down to 4.
4 knots. Maneuvering I. Come left to 344 helm I.
Oh, she's speeding up.
Come right
Great.
to 052 helm I.
24. Alright, this is it. We'll soon be in our baffles. Let's go up to
Make turns for
5.
knots. Maneuvering I.
Drop a little layer as well, so we can start
Depth
going fast
050
ourselves.
feet, dive by.
This is going below the layer. We're almost there. Come on. A little bit further.
Con sonar Sierra 1 is
Got the
cavitating.
cavitating, and they're in a blind spot. Okay, good.
Shoot 2
Con sonar launch
Oh.
transient from Sierra
So,
1.
guess they did know.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 1.
Despite being in the baffles,
Make turn. Con sonar, we are cavitating.
Con fire control, we've lost the wire.
yeah, well, that's fine. I think we might not even be able to have... We gotta go into her, I
Passing
think.
300 feet.
We gotta cavitate, go into these torpedoes to avoid them.
Con sonar lost contact.
Wow, I didn't even see
Sierra
that, but
1,
that's great.
last bearing. Come right
We have
to
more important fish to fry at this point,
132
which is
helm I.
us not being fried. But that worked out really well. Looks like we did avoid them.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar, no longer cavitating.
Whew. That was exciting. Really not bad.
300 feet.
About to settle down. Titanium hull and all. That's going to be a very loud mess. Anyways, as soon as these torpedoes are gone, it never ceases to be fun to engage in alpha, you know?
Making turns for 5 knots. Come right to 221 helm I.
They're just a lot of fun to deal with.
Steady course.
And this was also a lesson to me. I had very little situational awareness in terms of the depth I was looking at here. I mean the range, sorry, the range? I didn't realize we were so close. Still, I mean, you would expect if you launched in some of these Baffles that they wouldn't hear it, especially when they're cavitating. Doesn't make sense to me. What do I know? Oh boy, here we go. Number 2. Alright, let's get this over with. Maybe I'll even skip this one on camera.
5-8 designated Sierra.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar new contact bearing 1-4-2 designated Sierra 4.
So we have another alpha, and this must be
Con sonar new contact bearing 1.
the world's last alpha,
9 designated Sierra 5.
considering we've already gone through
Sonar new contact bearing 1-7-2
more
designated
alphas than I think were ever
Sierra 6.
created. We know how this goes already, though. Doesn't matter if we get in their baffles and launch. When they're cavitating, they're still going to detect us. So I'm kind of inclined to just launch and then, you know, let the game play out the way we know it is, where I just dodge the torpedoes.
Make depth
She's
5,
deep.
0 feet. Dive by.
Well, maybe we'll stay shallow and just cavitate at the surface and go over her torpedoes. Yeah, okay, we can do that.
Make depth 150.
Oh,
feet. Dive
wow.
by.
Okay, can we? Is it true? Is this real? .171. So technically these torpedoes will be below now.
Shoot tube 2. Aye, sir.
Maybe we will get this one. Let's go pretty much nose on with her
3-3-8
and prepare to go very quick.
Come right to 3-4-5 helm I. Con helm steady course.
I'm doing that so that we aren't as detectable for active, but you know what? We gotta go parallel.
Left to 3-3-2.
Otherwise it'll remove the effectiveness of our dog leg. So plenty of time on this torpedo, so we shouldn't worry about it. Let's come way out and swing back in. It never ceases to be fun to engage in alpha. It's true here again. Alright, we'll come back and then we'll turn on, which means just go down, 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 and we'll force it down as well.
Con helm steady course.
Now it's very quiet, so you would expect that this is going to pick it up pretty quickly.
Con sonar launch transient from Sierra 1.
Could she detect us with... No, she could not detect us with... And yet... Where are those going? Okay, now I'll swing.
Left to 292 helm I. Come left to 275.
There's plenty of time to go back up to the surface or whatever,
Con
so.
sonar, noisemaker bearing 345.
What's she gonna do? She outmaneuvered herself, really. This thing is so fast, though. Look at it.
Steady course.
Con, fire control, weapon countermeasure homing.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is cavitated.
Oh, wow, we put a hole in it. We'll just get out of the way here.
Come left to 252. Helm aye.
Another one down. Well, gosh, that looks like it's, where are we going anyways? We're going to Spratly? Where was this mission at again? I completely forgot. Subic Bay, okay. Wow. Subic Bay, that's ambitious. And they're leaving Qingdao for that? Yeah, that's a long ways to go. We'll be ready for them, but geez. We're not getting anything. Oh, okay, here they are. At last. Didn't pick them up on that sweep. I thought that sweep would get them. That was a good one. Well, look, we'll just take on all comers here. I guess surface contacts alike. Surface and submerged alike. Alright, let me just whip this one out real fast.
Con sonar, new
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
Con sonar, Sierra 5 is classified as merchant.
Since they have an airplane out, I think I'll just play it safe here and go down.
Make depth 550 feet, dive by.
Con, helm, steady course.
Shoot 2-1, aye sir. Shoot 2-3, aye sir.
We have to be a little careful about this one since the merchant's over there. Okay, let's get that Jingu.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
They're both having some problems. Ooh, it looks like it's going to get noisemaker off, yeah.
2-6. Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 286. Con sonar lost contact. Sierra 2, last bear.
And just like that, mission accomplished. I got a submarine, I'm just dead stopped in the water, wasn't even moving. These ad caps are going away quickly. My goodness. How do they have this many units? Alright, one last one and then we gotta call this one.
Rig ship for ultra quiet.
3, 3, 2.
We'll make sure our towed array is still getting them. In fact, this is a situation where we want to go right next to the layer so that we actually have our tow ray dipping below. That would be a benefit. Oh, okay. Well, she can't hear us, so go below the layer if you eventually get her, but in the meantime...
Shoot 2-1. Aye, sir.
We don't know exactly where she is, so I'm still going to dogleg this, try to avoid needing to maneuver.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
She'll know in a second, but I think we've done a good job of keeping ourselves out of trouble here. She's actually very slow to react to this.
Sonar, noisemaker bearing 253.
Didn't counter launch.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Did not counter launch. Interesting.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, noisemaker bearing 251.
Let's see if I can hit her sail.
Con, fire control, weapon acquired.
Con sonar, lost contact.
tried.
Sierra 1, last bearing 251. Contact breaking up.
Oh, well, I mean, I hit the right area. Prevent any ability to emergency launch or to abandon ship. She was at least pretty shallow. Anyway, that's actually very quick. We got it done. And honestly, come on now. Stop sending... They're saying half the Chinese Navy, if not all of it. Gonna call this video to a close here. I feel like we're really dragging on. Hopefully this comes to a close soon. Yeah, this campaign just... Man, I feel like when you're super successful, as we were early on, you know, we could have upped the difficulty if we wanted. But I wouldn't mind a campaign that ended quicker. Maybe there should be a slider which controls the progression of things. Since, yeah, I'm waiting for the end mission, which is the most fun. It's the best one. It's so fun. But, you know, we still got to slog our way through a few of these. I mean, dozens of these. Anyway, until the next one, hope you enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and take care.